And you know what happens on movie day. Van Connor, our resident movie critic, comes on to my show to have a little chat about some of the new movies that are out this weekend that we can go and see, and he's brutally honest about them. I must be honest, I thought this week we might have been having a little bit of conversation about Maverick, but it doesn't look like that's happening, does it? It's not going to... Is it next week?
Next week we can talk Maverick. I promise we can. I know you've been asking me for literally years. I think it's been about 3 years since we met. You have every single week asked me about Top Gun Maverick. I promise you, next week, this time they're serious. This time we can talk about Top Gun Maverick next week. Okay, I promise.
Relieved to hear that. So that's something to look forward to. Have we got two good movies to look forward to this weekend?
We have one incredible movie and one not so incredible movie. So let's start with the incredible one, which is out today. This is in cinemas exclusive. Both in cinemas exclusive this weekend. The first one, Everything All at Once, which stars Michelle Yeoh, Ki-Hugh Kwan, James Hong, and Jamie Lee Curtis. And is, I think, the featured debut of writer-director duo Daniels, so named for Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. And this is effectively the story of Evelyn, who's an aging first-generation Chinese immigrant. She runs a laundrette with her husband, who's trying to divorce her, and is trying to break the news of their divorce. She discovers during an IRS audit by an overzealous tax agent that she is actually, by virtue of having done nothing with her life, the most powerful version of herself in the multiverse, and only she can save all of existence from an evil multiverse variant version of her daughter through the medium of traveling through her own parallel selves and absorbing all their abilities. And this is all done with a completely straight face in what I can only describe as Spike Jonze does The Matrix or Boots Riley does Jet Li's The One. But don't just take my word for it. Take the suitably bonkers clip we've got to go with this.
Wow, it's all I could say.
What's happening?
Evelyn, I'm not your husband. I'm another version of him from another universe. I'm here because we need your help.
Very busy today. No time to help you.
Across the multiverse, I've seen thousands of Evelyns. You can access all of their memories, their emotions, even their skills. There's a great evil spreading throughout the many verses. And you may be our only chance of stopping it.
Don't make me fight you. I am really good.
I don't believe you.
Oh, you know I love all this sci-fi stuff.
I love this. This is so good. It's so wacky. It's so out there. Apparently, when they were writing it, they saw an episode of Rick and Morty that had just come out and, well, absolutely heartbroken because there's some overlap in the ideas. But you can see where their sensibilities run in the same direction. Thankfully, it's different enough. But it's if you like your sci-fi action, you're going to love this. If you like just a good action comedy, you're going to love this. It's, like I say, deranged. Bonkers. It's got live action Ratatouille. It's got a universe with people with hot dog fingers. It's absolutely just like nothing you've seen before. It's all out there. Props to Michelle Yeoh, who's always a game choice for these things. She's always up for a good time. She always delivers. She's always fun as hell. But the MVP here is Ki-Hugh Kwan, who's been retired for some years, but you will remember as Data from the Goonies and Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Yes, that guy. He's back and he's awesome.
Oh, great. I really want to see this. Just for the hot dog fingers, if I'm honest, but all the other stuff as well.
There you go. What more do you need?
So that's in cinemas from now.
From now, also alongside it, however faring less successfully, is Father Stu, a new movie from debut writer-director Rosalind Ross, starring the likes of Sir Mark Wahlberg, Sir Mel Gibson, and Dame Jackie Weaver. This is the story, and I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I'm going to leave off one part of the plot, because it's a very predictable film. I'm going to leave off one part of the plot so that you've got something that can potentially keep you in suspense when you see it. It's about a guy who basically starts going to church to try and, because he wants to try and get with a girl, and then decides he really likes this God thing. I'm going to become a priest. And the whole crack is he's a sort of middle-aged kind of punch monkey for local up-and-comer boxers. He's the guy they train with. He's a bit of a drinker. That's basically the shtick here. Otherwise, he's just Mark Wahlberg, as you'll hear in this clip.
For example, I am gonna give up chocolate.
Hey, you guys should protest. She needs sweetening. Yeah, pick something else.
Well, what are you gonna give up, Stu?
Me? I was thinking maybe you guys, so I could sleep in on Sundays. No! All right. Alcohol.
Hey, that's not fair. You gotta pick something good that you'll miss to make it count.
I like this kid.
Cool. Was that the best clip you could find?
Really, that was the best. That will tell you an awful lot about how badly this absolute 2-star middle of the road bilge fares. I mean, that's before you even get to, it's ridiculously ho-hum Mark Wahlberg variation of faith-based pure flicks level storytelling, or the idea that I'm reasonably convinced that Mel Gibson simply showed up on the set of this and ad-libbed, because it's absolutely obscene the things you get to see Mel Gibson still pull off in a movie in 2022. It's almost like nobody quite read the room on that one and everyone thought this was okay. Literally, the first moment that Gibson's introduced in this, it all careens off the nearest cliff. But I'll give Jackie Weaver some points because she's always a good sport, but she's the only thing holding this together. Other than that, it's like Mark Wahlberg, who incidentally is reteaming on this with his producer from Entourage, because Entourage, as douchey as we think of that show as being, was a fictionalized version of Mark Wahlberg's career. That's the whole point of that show, if you didn't know. He's reunited with producer Stephen Lemerson on this, and it shows because the vanity fingerprints are all over this. You can feel this as the most phoned-in attempt at an Oscar grab kind of a thing. This is like an idiot's version of Oscar bait, is the only way I can describe it. Like awards fodder for dumbasses would be the best way to describe it. If the Christian-based version of this is called Pure Flicks, which is an actual thing, I would describe this as douche flicks, or at best, bro flicks.
You're not going to go and see it again then?
Do not waste money on this. I think it gets the 2 stars for Jackie Weaver and just about being competently put together. But other than that, ironically enough, good Lord, no. Okay?
So
that's all I'm going to say.
If anyone wants to make their own mind up, it is in cinemas right now.
If you want to go and pay your penance, nearest multiplex awaits.
Amazing. All right, thank you so much. Everything Everywhere was the first movie, which I am definitely going to go and watch. I think
Do
that
go
sounds
and
great.
see that. Give them the money.
Yeah.
Give all the money to Everything Everywhere all at once, honestly.
Until next time, Van, I will speak to you next week when we can talk about Maverick, finally, after 3 years.
Till the next time, good sir.
Thank you, Van.